Our dreams are shrinking. Lately, I've been having this realization that's both grounding and kind of uncomfortable. Not everybody wants more than the average life, and that's completely okay. The 9 to 5, the white picket fence, the routine, if that makes you happy, then that's literally the point of life. But for people like me, and maybe like you look around and you're like, wait, don't we all want more than this? And when you ask that, you're oftentimes met with crickets, or you're being unrealistic, or that's delusional. I get that so many times, always lovingly, but still. I think somewhere along the way, something else started happening. Our dreams started shrinking. Because when we were kids, we were told to dream big, be anything, be everything, and quietly, without ever really announcing it, our dreams became a stable job. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. Stability matters. But I think we lost something when dreaming became something we outgrew. Because dreaming isn't naive, it's ethos. And my motto always is, if someone else has done it, then it's not impossible. And honestly, maybe it is delusional until it isn't, until you actually do it. So in this video, I want to train your brain to be okay with opting out. Not out of life, but of autopilot. And I want to frame it through a way that's shaped how I see progress, Formula One. And you don't have to know anything about Formula One to get this video, but I'm going to break it down for you in 6 easy steps. Step 1, lights out. People never start because they never decide. In Formula One, everything starts with lights out, the moment where intention turns into action. But what people don't always talk about is what happens before that moment ever arrives. Because opting out starts internally, and a lot of people misjudge, I think, the big opt-out or the mindset shift. They think it has to start with quitting your job or moving cities. It doesn't. It can start small, with just telling yourself, this is something that I want to change, and this is something that I'm going to change, and doing little steps every day to work towards that goal. Because deciding what you want more is the real starting line, because sometimes that's hard to really admit to yourself, oh, I actually don't like where I am right now, and I actually do want to change it. And wanting more doesn't make you ungrateful for what you have right now. It just means you know that you deserve better, and you know that you can be better. So your action for section 1 is write down the one thing that you really want, but you've never let yourself fully desire. And if you're like, wait, but I do really want this, well, I'm asking you, have you done anything in the past week towards this goal? Because if the answer is no, then you don't actually really want it. But if you really do, then write it down. Not a plan, not a how-to, just the desire, because that's lights out. You're finally writing down on paper and committing to yourself, this is a goal that I want to achieve. And next, we'll cover how we actually get there. Section 2, most people look faster than they actually are. After lights out, it's foot to the floor and all the cars are racing down the tarmac. But even in Formula One, what most people call the fastest sport in the world, even though IndyCar's faster, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, even in Formula One, some cars are just going faster than others. Teams like Sauber or Aston Martin, they went ever as fast as teams like McLaren or Mercedes.
Grace here editing. I was watching that clip back, so if you are a Sauber, I guess an Audi now, and an Aston Martin fan, don't get mad at me, okay? I was basing that statement off of last year's rankings, but I really did at them, and I did not mean to at them like that. Maybe they will be faster than the McLarens this year, okay? You never know.
But the point is, comparison makes you feel behind when you might not actually be. Social media compresses timelines, and we're all looking around, comparing yourself to realities that might not even be real. But then there's a flip side to that, of maybe you are the Sauber. I don't mean to keep adding them, and I guess they're Audi now, and they were kind of okay last year. Anyway, maybe you are the last car in the pack, but you need to remind yourself, actually, this is my phone background. You can't see it, but I'll insert a picture. It's floors and ceilings. I refer to floors and ceilings because maybe you are comparing yourself, not that you should, but maybe you are looking at the McLaren ahead of you and you're like, I'm never going to get there today. And maybe that's okay because the McLaren is winning the race today. But I look at my phone, floors and ceilings, and it reminds me, you know what, maybe this is their ceiling. Because maybe this is the best that they're ever going to be, but maybe you have a higher ceiling. Or maybe your floor is different, right? Maybe like McLaren, maybe they had more access to more money or more engineers or more sponsors or whatever it might be. Or maybe with you, that person might have had access to that special education or special mentors, and maybe you haven't. And so your floor is, you started in a little bit different of a place. And not that starting in different places is wrong, but it does matter because comparison distorts reality. Some people aren't going as fast as you think, and some people are going even faster than you could even conceptualize. But that doesn't take away from where you are right now. So your action for step 2, stop comparing outcomes and start comparing effort. Because if you really want to compare yourself, you should be asking, am I actually doing the work that I'm judging myself against? Because if you're not, then you have work to do. And if you are, be patient, because results always come with effort. Section 3, pacing the race, because burnout kills momentum. In F1, if you push maximum race the entire time, you're not finishing, because tires degrade, everyone's passing you because they have pressure tires, they've paced themselves. So the point is, strategy matters. And I know that hustle culture rewards intensity, but it's not sustainable, and burnout isn't proof that you're doing something right. So what do I mean by that? Well, it's really just small steps every single day. Like in an F1 race, you're pacing yourself, okay? If in step 1 you said, I really want to become a content content creator in 2026? Well, what's one small thing you can do every single day? Maybe that's just picking up your phone and learning how to talk to a camera without ever posting it. Maybe it's putting on a YouTube video and teaching yourself how to edit and CapCut or whatever it might be. Small things every single day, because consistency beats motivation every single time. So your action for step 3 is exactly what I just said. Pick one thing you can repeat every single week. I'm going to tell you weekly, not daily, so it's actually attainable. But what's one thing you can repeat every single week for the next 30 days, so 4 weeks, okay? Not daily, not perfectly, just repeatable, because that is pacing. Section 4 is the pit stop and the people who help you build to the finish line. In Formula One, without a good pit crew, you're plumb out of luck, because if you don't get that pit stop done in under 2 seconds, well, you're losing positions and potentially losing the race. I know we've all heard it a million times, but who are you really surrounding yourself with, okay? I'm not telling you to drop all your friends, and maybe this has nothing to do with friends, okay? Maybe it's just if your skill is something that you might need a teacher or a mentor for, are you looking for one? Are you actively trying to seek, I don't know, study groups or Discord groups or friend clubs of people in your niche, or doing what you want to do? Like for me personally, I'm starting a tech startup this year. I don't know how to do that. I've never done it before, but I know a lot more now because I joined an accelerator. And aside from mentors and teachers, I'm in a group of people who are doing the exact same thing. And we meet every week now, we talk and collaborate, and it's been so helpful. So are you doing something like that? We have the internet now. I get it. Maybe you don't have money to pay for a teacher or lessons or anything like that, but maybe you could just talk with a group of other people who are in the same position, because honestly, it is so helpful. So your action for step 4 is schedule one intentional pit stop. Maybe that's just buying the book, but maybe that's reaching out to the mentor, joining the study group, do something, block out 1 hour where you're surrounding yourself with people who are pushing you towards your goal, not just comfortable people, okay? There is a time and place, don't get me wrong, a time and place to surround yourself with comfortable people, but there's also a time and place to surround yourself with people who will push you to achieve your dreams. Section 5, the finish line versus the next race. People start things, but they don't finish them. Bring back finishing well. In Formula One, it doesn't matter if you're the first car or the last car, you're still crossing that finish line. You're not parking it up halfway through the race because it's not going how you want it to go, unless you're Lance Stroll. I didn't mean to at him like that, actually. I actually like him, okay? But more often than not, unless you have an engine problem, you are crossing that finish line. And I think in between hustle culture and wanting everything right now, right away, we've completely lost the art of finishing well, okay? We start things and then we realize, oh, this is actually going to take effort. I'm not going to do this anymore. No, keep doing it, keep forming the actual habit, and finish well. Sorry, I have a friend now. Anyway, but no matter what you do, results good or bad, take what you learned and apply it to the next race. And when you finish that race and you take the learnings, I think you'll find that you will increase your pace, okay? So maybe that's if you, again, in step 1, I'm just using content creation because it's easy for me to think about. If you told yourself, I really want to make content this year, and you tried 1 piece of content a week, maybe that's next week after you've combined, if you've built those habits, you've tried CapCut, you now know how to edit, you now know how to talk to a camera. Maybe instead of 1 piece of content, it's 2 pieces of content next week, okay? You will increase the pace, and suddenly you'll realize, wait a second, I've built these habits, I've taken my learnings, and now I can amplify and be closer to the content creator or the doctor or the chef or whoever it is that I want to be. So your action for step 5 is whatever small goal you told yourself you would do, actually finish it cleanly, okay? Don't optimize it, don't try to rush through it, don't try to, I don't know, change it and expand it. Just finish it and apply what you learned to the next cycle. Okay, the final section, section 6, new regulations and a new chapter. People cling to old versions of themselves. One of my favorite things about F1 is that it's always changing. Different drivers handle different tracks differently. Different cars do better on different tracks. Things get shaken up. But this year, it's even more stirred up because this is a new regulation year, okay? Meaning all the cars had to be kind of built differently this year. Anyway, that means this year we're getting new regulations, new cars, a new chapter, and it can be uncomfortable every single time. And oftentimes, if you ask F1 fans, there's always a lot of uncomfortableness around a regulation year, okay? People are like, they don't know if they want this change, or they really do want this change, so what if it doesn't change? I don't know. There's a lot of discourse, okay? And a lot of people do complain, but a lot of people end up watching history instead. So you should remember that growth requires disruption, and oftentimes comfortable doesn't equal progress. You're allowed to outgrow who you used to be, and you should. So your action for this step is find one thing that you do, one rule that you live by, one habit that you have that no longer fits who you want to be, then change it. Maybe that's sleeping in when you should be going to the gym, or maybe that's scrolling on TikTok when you should be studying. Again, there's a time and place, so maybe that's just limiting your screen time to a few hours a day. I don't know what it might be, but find something and change change it. So those are my steps to opting out, and I hope this taught you that opting out doesn't mean burning your life to the ground, okay? It just means finding small things every single day to optimize and not shrinking your dreams to fit what's acceptable. Just like in Formula One, progress isn't always comfortable, but it's necessary, and you don't have to want more. But if you do, this is me telling you, you're not delusional. This is my first long-form video on YouTube, so if you liked it, I guess let me know in the comments. This channel is about moving intentionally, consistently, and at your own pace. Race pace, if you will. Because just like in Formula One, we're not meant to stay the same.